Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of short football, predictions and analysis. Okay. Today, Wednesday, we have a game. We have games going on across the globe. In the lower leagues. Okay, and we still have the international break still on, but these leagues have their smaller leagues that also have their leagues going on. And today we have matches in Argentina, Argentina Primera Division C, as well as in Women's Champions League, where we have Lyon and also Chelsea, who is coming up today. You know, in the Champions League matches, and also we have a match in Ireland and as well as in Iran. Those are the leagues that make up our predictions today. And in a moment we'll start telling you what we think about these games. But before we go ahead, I want to urge those of us who are coming across our video for the very first time, or those of us who are yet to subscribe, to take our time to do that at this moment. Click the subscription button so that you do not miss out on our content, and as well as also help us grow in this very channel. All right, I want to give you a minute to do that. I hope you've done that. Okay, thank you so much. Let's move on to the business of today. And today we are starting with the Argentina Premier C, where we have a game, Claypool coming up against the Argentina de Rosario. Okay, in this very encounter, as usual, we take a look at how these two teams have fared in their past, recent games, and make a conclusion based on the analysis and the data that we're able to find. And we'll see that in this very game, the home side, okay, Claypool, in the past 5 games have been able to manage just one win, and have had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had so far. Okay, and okay, they've had 2 draws and 2 losses. Sorry, in the past 5 games they've had so far. They just managed one win, and while they are playing from home, they've lost 3 out of the recent home matches they have played so far, and they have had 2 wins out of those 5 home matches. And their away side, Argentina Rosario, have had a very decent, fairly decent out in the past 5 games they've had. They've been able to uh, manage 2 draws and 3 wins out of the past 5 games they've had so far. And looking at how they fared from away, they've in the past 5 away games, they've been able to manage 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Okay, coming from away, right? So, and putting all of this together, we know that this side is a very decent side, and we expect some sort of result. Also, seeing the fact that the away side, Argentina Rosario, is ranked 6th at the moment, and Claypool, who is the home side, is ranked 22nd in the Argentina Premier C division. So we expect the away side, who is in better form, to come up with some results in this very game. And we expect we will also play safe, and we expect away side to either win or draw in this very game. So it is S2, that's our verdict. Away win or draw. Okay, and that takes us to the next game that we have is also in Argentina Primera C, where we have Leandro Allen coming up against Atlas. Okay, and as usual, we'll take a look at how they have fared. We'll see that the home side, Leandro, have had 4 wins in the past 5 games, and they have had 1 loss in the past 5 games they've played so far. And their away side as well have seen 4 wins and 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had. At home, Leandro have been able to win 2. They have also had 2 draws, and they have had 1 loss in the past 5 home games they've had so far. And the Atlas, on the other hand, they are playing from away, have been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 3 losses while playing from away. And what you have mentioned is the fact that for these 2 teams, they have produced goals in all their encounters. We see that for the home team in the past 5 games of this home team have produced over 2.5 on 3 occasions out of 2, as well as their away side in the past 5 games have also seen over 2.5 in 4 out of the past 5 games they've had so far. And so putting all of that together, we come to the conclusion that in this very encounter, we expect, a minimum of over 1.5 goals, at least 2 goals coming up on this very encounter. And that's our verdict for this very game. And that takes us to the next game that we have. And the next game that we have for you is in Women Champions League, where we have Lyon Women coming up against Benfica Women. And also we'll take a look at how they've fared in the past. So we'll see that in the past five for Lyon Women, they have been able to win four outrightly out of 5 games. They have lost one. Okay, and away side, Benfica Women have been able to achieve 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past five games I've had so far. So Lyon, playing from home, have been able to win 2, and they've had 2 draws and 1 loss in the past 5 home games I've had so far. And their away side, Benfica have been able to achieve 2 wins and 3 draws, playing from away. And okay, we look at how they fared in the head-to-head. We'll see that all right, the let's head-to-head for both sides have we see that in the past, Lyon FC have defeated this Benfica Women by 5 goals to 0, and also seeing that the first leg of this very encounter, saw Lyon Women also defeating Benfica by 2 goals to 1. So that uh, made us to come to the conclusion that this very game, seeing that most of the games that they are playing, always see a lot of goals. So we expect an over 2.5 in this very encounter. We expect to see at least 3 goals in this very encounter. That's our verdict, and that takes us to the next game, and it is Women Champions League, where we have Chelsea Women coming up against Ajax Women. Also, okay, this is the second leg of this very encounter. So we can see that the Chelsea Women, the past 5 games, they've been cruising, winning every of their opponents. Okay, defeating every of their opponent. And their away side, Ajax, also having cruising, winning 4 out of the past 5, only losing to Chelsea Women in the first leg of this very encounter by 3 goals to 0. And in this very encounter, we could see that both sides are in a high scoring side. They're scoring a lot of goals in all their matches. We could see that in the past 5 matches for the home side, I've seen 3 achieve an over 2.5, and the entire 5 matches for the away side, I've seen them achieve over 2.5 on 4 occasions. So we expect at least an over 2.5 in this very encounter. We expect 3 goals coming up in this very encounter as well. And the next game that we have is in Iceland League Cup, where we have Breda Blake coming up against Cranes in Iceland Cup as well. We look at how both sides are fared. We see that for the home side, Breda Blake, they've had 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 games, and away side have seen 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past 5 games of here so far. So while playing from home, Breda Blake have managed 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses, and the Cranes, being the away side, have been able to see 4 wins and 1 loss while playing from away. Okay, it's a team that is quite wonderful. Cranes playing from away, and most we could attest that 5 out of the past 5 games for the away side have seen over 2.5, and also the home side have seen over 2.5 on 4 occasions out of the past 5 games that I've had so far. So, and that led us to the conclusion that in this very encounter, that we're going to expect at least 3 goals, coming up in this very game. We expect an over 2.5 in this very encounter. Okay, that's our verdict for that very game, and that takes us to the next game. And the next game is in Northern Ireland Championship, where we have Bangor FC coming up against Institute. And then this very encounter, we'll take a look and we'll see that for the home side, in the past 5 games, have been able to accrue 4 wins out of 5, and okay, and the away side have seen 3 wins and 2 losses in the past 5 games I've had so far, and the home side, while playing from home, have been able to defeat all their opponents while playing from home, and the away side also have seen 2 wins and 3 draws while playing from home. But what you have note is the fact that the home side in all their games have seen an over 2.5, defeating whoever is their opponent, outrightly with a lot of goals. Bangor FC have been scoring a lot of goals of recent, and in this very encounter, we'll see that both sides are scoring goals, and we expect at least an over 2.5 in this very encounter. So to see at least 3 goals coming up in this very encounter. That's our verdict for that very game. And the next game, which happened to be the last for the day, is in Iran Division 1, where we have Saipa coming up against Astara in Iranian Division 1 league. And also we take a look at how they fared in the recent past. We see that in the recent past for the home side, they've had 4 draws and 1 loss out of the past 5 games they've had so far. And the away side have seen 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 draw in the past 5 games I've had. Also we take a look at how the home side have fared while playing from home. We could see that in the past 5 games I've played from home, they have been able to achieve 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 home games I've had so far. And the away side have lost the entire 5 games I've had playing from away. Okay, and that made it an easy verdict for us in this running game. We expect the home side, who always plays very well while playing from home turf, to come up winners in this very encounter. Seeing that they have had 3 wins out of 5 home games I've had so far, we expect them to pick up the spoils in this very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict in this very game. And that concludes our predictions and tips on Betcraft for today. And I wish you the very best of luck. And I hope your ticket goes great today. And remember to also play safe. Do not put all your entire fortune in a bet, expecting to have result. But this is a football game, and anything can happen. Can go either way. Remember that. Bear that in mind. So always play with what you can afford to lose. All right, so that you don't lose your entire fortune playing bet. All right. That being said, hope to see you again tomorrow, and for tomorrow's prediction. But until then, keep winning.